Good morning, or whatever it is, wherever you are. So, Kitch decided to throw caution to the wind and try to mod a difficulty into Galactic War, which is notoriously hostile to modding. So he reported 449 to 452. Overriding the percentages. Had to be removed. And actually, these are quite long lines. And the issue with this is that the entire thing is a bunch of closures. Now, I did notice that he mentioned a couple of conflict mods, so I might actually want to... I think I did less than whole file not replacements on those. Have I done those? Enemy ramp. Looks like challenge levels might not be here. Okay, we bring in like all the dependencies. Make game. Self.makeGame. Yeah, so this goes from 287 to 560, so it's less than the entire file. And what are we doing with this? Looks like it's pretty much a copy with modification. Wait, okay, so yes. It is incompatible. One of them will end up winning. But that range includes the points of interest. So we can do less than the entire file, probably leaving it with the same compatibility profile. Check this one. No, that's main game. And we have to back down. Oh, actually, we've got one. We just need to be here. And Windows will put that at the very, well, or not. I guess only the GUI operations. So this is GW challenge. Okay, so this is actually modifying a different file. GW balance, return balance. AI personality. Balance.difficultyinfo.push. Well, this is require balance, balance.difficultyinfo. This is not, well, no, this is pulling stuff out of, this is putting it into AI personality, but it's pulling out of difficulty info, which looks an awful lot like balance.difficultyinfo. GW balance.difficultyinfo. Huh. How about that? Oh, but it's getting that from some other file that's like GW game. Because we're in start. Oop, too many files. Share, GW game. Common. So maybe I misread that. Return balance, blah, 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 blah. GW start. Oh, they did misread that. GW common. So common.balance. Hmm. 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 So the thing about require.js is it goes and it loads this code. And then it's just a JavaScript object, and JavaScript is a stateful imperative language. So is there room to modify the balance details to be what we want them to be before they get inserted? So that's GW challenge. This is doing another thing that modifies that. I don't have that mod open currently. What do you do? It loads that mod and it shadows GW start and the faction files, which are less of a concern for game difficulty append. Well, that might still have some conflicts with the other mods. So we're already requiring difficulty and pushing it in there. That's getting close. Percent vehicle, percent bot, percent air, percent naval. Oh, but that's pulling it from diff info. Where's personality coming from? AI personality undefined. It's an object. Set AI data. So these are all optional things. But I think these are supposed to come from the factions, right? So it must be loading this up and then overwriting some things. Whereas this is overwriting that faction-specific stuff. But it's pulling from balance. And the mod is already tweaking balance. Right, but it's going to overwrite this even if there's no value defined here. So the only way we could do this without blowing out at least the make game would be to go through and modify difficulty info to be, well, no, because you'd have to know exactly what you were modifying it to. And finish AIs is a local function. Where are we getting the faction stuff from? Player faction index. Oh, this is GW start. But this is still where it's defining everything. Credits mode. But this might be defined in some other file that is preparing the data. Game.galaxy. Set AI data gets called on for each worker, for each blah blah blah. Worker.ai. For each team info, where team info map teams AI factions team index. So initially we have no workers, AI faction, AI team faction. So yeah, it's doing the whole galaxy at once. So I don't think you can easily say, well, this is the team we're on, so we're going to sort of juggle our values behind the scenes to be the right values for that. And if you did, it would still have to be inside this where do we go, 560? No. 287, yeah, so 200 line function, 300 line function. So we can cut it down to just that function, which still makes it definitely incompatible with one of the other mods. but is still less than the entire file, which is something. So AI comes from the faction data. Could you post-process it to replace the faction values? It's hard to tell. Oh, nope. There is some variation in minions. They have a couple of specialized ones. So it's not like we can just say that it doesn't matter which one, or we can just go through and go with the faction setting. It actually depends on the particular one that got chosen. AI dist is boss. Faction workers. AI.team workers. AI team.workers. It's actually removing team.workers, huh? And everything here is pretty much I'm looking GW breeder. No, we actually need to go after finish AIs. Then deal boss card, which goes to deal. And this is all within make game. So I don't think it's going to be an easy solution to fix things up after the fact. So the smallest thing we can make that saves us from... Well, the smallest easy change we can make is to do replace make game, which is still something only one mod can do at a time. But without, like, making a moddable Galactic War mod... Which I thought of doing in the past, I'm just not active enough now. Alright, so... That's the overhaul. We need... Oh. There is only develop. Okay. Smaller GW start override. We're in faction, so we've got GW start. We just need the make game function. And then, do I still have, it was ramp. Model.makeGame. Did we need anything else? This stuff is all specific to what I'm doing. And then we're going to have to figure out which of these things, and it's likely that like pretty much all of these things are going to be needed by base game. Some of it may have been needed by my specific code, and actually, well, I don't want to copy this. So I want to do that. So what I really want to do is do that, and then to there. So that's that modified version. Oh, we're going to get to replace, I suspect, yeah, all the instances of self with model. Alright, so this is, let's see, do we have any sense? This is just difficulty.js, modifying that. Custom mod. I mean, I guess we could still call it the file that loads in GW start. And do we have to do anything fancy? Okay, that just overrides that. Now we did call make game or run credits, which is not defined here. So I might have to do that to force it to remake the game after we've changed things. So UI mods. We're going to need that. We're going to have to re-indent the entire thing. I'm probably going to need a lot of this stuff. And then we're going to have to just sort of take everything out and put everything back. And we need that. Wait a minute, why? Apparently I didn't actually include the closing brace. Search and replace self with model. Oh, wait. This is all original game code, apparently, which is indented to 4. Looks like I re-indented my version. All right, we can see GW. Actually, we could just go through these. We need GW credits. We need GW factions. We don't need GW graph for this one. Unless it's like an implicit dependency of something else. GW breeder. GW dealer. GW teams. That. Oh, this doesn't load a value, but window.starsystem templates is needed. Yeah. Was graph something? Wait, set AI data. So that was something I was using in my particular mod, I guess. So we shouldn't need this then. So GW start. Oh. So this is already a GW start mod. Okay. Now this is main game. Mods. So really, game difficulty empty, game difficulty append, require GW balance, balance. Yep, and more indent difference. This is going to have to be reformatted for sanity. And then, let's see, we're adding this on. So balance. That was the function. Require GW. How? Oh, I guess I had pasted this. Yeah, okay. I had pasted this together and, wow. So we've got that. And then this needs to be all re-indented because he's doing 4. And this is calling foul. Or is it just not? Hmm. Get rid of that. Don't need this. We want to, we are hoping to. Now he also shadows faction files, which I guess makes sense for what he's doing. So we don't remove the entire Galactic War. We could potentially remove the GW start. Wait, and it did change. So these were at 2? Could imply these were at 2? Or would be at 2? I haven't actually saved. Well, it doesn't really. Right, I still had to change the comma, so. If we're changing it anyway. If the file's going to use 4, the file's going to use 4. Except it doesn't use it. I don't know. Did you actually save? Right, we put these back because that was that. Right, because I changed the indent level of our closing. So now evaluating the results of this is where there was a thing you could do. In GW play, there's like dev mode. So we could probably just flip that on. Probably. Oh, I guess that's why it's develop branch. No, this is not the mod. Yeah, so we commits dev. I guess you could have the publish process rewrite the mod info. And then do I have any, that is on, that is on. So the only thing we should notice is differences among the factions. And we must have an error here. Because we don't have a go to war button. No. That does... Do we have to turn something on? Okay, that has go to war. Now we're using the same technique as, was that ramp or as ramp? That gets a go to war button. Uh, so what are we missing here? Ready? Document loader ready. No. All right. GW start HTML. Go to war. There is a ready. Model.ready. Self.ready. Not. It's model now. Model.ready false. Model.new game. Model.active start card. But that's not, so it's just coming out as true. So model.new game. Why are you undefined? Make game, new game undefined, new game, if we complete this process successfully. And we finished out both of these make game and run credits. Else self.makeGame. Self.makeGame. New game undefined. New game game. Make game busy. Busy token is just an object, so yes, it thinks it's busy. We're going to have to deal into the actual implementation here. What the? It's GWP challenge. I don't think it's super relevant here. What the heck are you doing that's getting stuck? Another. Oh. Do we have a conflict with busy token? Okay, so that's a O. We can't access that. But it's a new instance every time. So it is weird. Did I not copy enough? No, because that's a deal. Just don't use that, I think. Yeah, it's deal boss cards then. Be easier to set bracket. Well, it'd be easier to stick something in there if it had brackets. Okay, so we never even get to there. It's not that we get there and it bails out. Which means deal boss cards never finished. Okay, we never got to there. Which is finish AIs. Another busy token check. Oops. Never get to there. We haven't lost console, have we? Oh, I'm in the wrong file. This is the problem with loading a bunch of windows. Okay, we're done with you. Are we getting there and determining the token has changed. We're getting there. And determining our token has changed. Maybe this one runs faster? Oh, wait. No, this is the core. Right, so this is getting there. Do I need you? I might need you. So we're not... Wait. Let's try again. Yeah, you know what? If I need to reference it, I'll open it again. Do we need that? No. Are you closuring? To a different function. Okay, we're getting there. And now I actually do need that code. Modern main game. Self.make game. Self should be model. Okay, we're starting the process. And then one of these busy token checks is failing, I presume. Yeah, I was thinking, getting used to Jason Drawer style. Well, yeah, because it's a big asynchronous process, and any step could invalidate the previous run, which we're trying to do in parallel. Okay, so we're never bailing. So what the heck? Make game busy. Credits mode. I guess now we have to determine if we're calling any of these things. These are a lot of the async steps. Step money reload. So we get to move in, and then nothing ever happens. Move in. Wait. Oh no, I was looking at. So these are mislabeled. So this is really. Wait. So where's Build Galaxy? But that didn't do a check. So this is really deal start card. And this is really move in. And this is really populate. And this is really finish AIs. Okay, that one was right. And this is really deal. Just don't set menu mode. So populate. We're getting here. AI factions, team info, credits mode, GW breeder populate. Then return team info. Now this was a working mod before, so we pretty much copied that function out of it. So breeder never finishes. Which is annoying because we kind of have to, well, I could shadow it and then debug that. And we do get down here, right? We don't get down there? Where can it return? So that's sort of a break. I mean, that's hardly anything, but it gets us after that. Huh? What? We're failing on an assignment? We're failing on an undefined symbol, and one problem with... Well, that's weird. You actually used to get better errors with require.js than you did with the base include method. This is giving me no errors. For a undefined symbol. Now, maybe this was something that GW Ramp had dispensed with. So it didn't, I didn't have a dependency I needed to copy there. Oh, I just defined it, which is probably in the base code as well. Yep. Just a thing we have to copy. And probably need to, yeah. Okay, finish AI's deal. Go to war button is on.
Galactic map online.
Alright, so now we need model.dev mode. I thought that one of these... Oh, because this has no enemy here. So for this, we have to actually know what the data should be. Now this actually appears to be a somewhat spiky percent. And we know that the base, yeah, that seems a lot more, well, this is purple. I forget which one's purple. Well, Berlinetta. Acolyte Berlinetta is in fact a 7.3. All right, so Sanity check on that.
Galactic Map online.
We have no visible nodes here. Oh, we have to do this first.
Smart upgrade is now available.
Shingon. 55255. This is the mod. And this is making it so it's specific characters. Oh, maybe the factions. Oh, we're not. Oh, this is ramp. I'm not even at the right level for factions. Seeker Shingon. That's exactly what he is, but I suspect. Okay, so I think these are boss ones? First Seeker. That are a little bit different. And then that's faction 3. Oh, there is no. There is no Seeker Shingu. Well, they actually. Well, yeah, of course they do. Oh, this actually. Maybe they renamed the people here. Maybe Quitch renamed the people. Yeah, so the names are different. Then the model's definitely applied. These percents were as expected. Berlinetta was a faction 1. Oh wait, these are factions. It was actually difficulty balance. Yeah, so it was overriding with this stuff, which never does a 7-3. Hmm. All right, so where does that leave us? With a lot of debugging still in there. that was the wrong GW start. And actually, it ended up being difficulty. So console.log. And this I actually had to convert. Do we have base game? We think so. Busy token. Yeah, we had to convert these. So making this actually match up would be a bit of a pain now. Okay, that one's fine. Okay, that had a new line. You had to be converted. You were fine. Okay, so that matches, and then this is just the commented out stuff from the base game. Wait, what is... So that does that. This... Oh, it's, so I copied it out of his mod. Oh. So what was this all in for? Probably because of how he indented the function. So really, this file is generally indented too. Which is how I prefer things. And this goes from 263, 530. Yeah, it's about 250. All right, and that's, I think, as small as it can get without, like, rewriting the entire file as some sort of mod framework. Well, it's kind of the main function. How much stuff is in there? Goes to 600, so we got computeds. Oh. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, 560, 600. So yeah, actually it's almost the entire file. I don't even know how you would get in here. You could maybe expose these then functions as some sort of like array of functions that would get glued together in a promise chain. And that would give you a little bit more customizability. All right, so I am going to have to I have to have a place to push this. In order to make a pull request. All right, get remote. Uh, I guess we should have a base branch to work off of. Well, no, actually, that should already be there. And what do we smaller? But we actually want to do this back here. There is a master here. That's weird. Uh, uh, well, this is no longer the entire file. All right, so that's that. Is there anything else I want to tackle? I don't think there's anything major in PA. I might do a little bit of. I've been thinking about a feature for one of my other projects. I'm a little bit uncertain about how long it would take. So let's get out of here. So we're just thinking about something. So we're done with all this stuff. That was a save. I also need to clean this up. So Galactic War goes into start. I must have done this at some point. And then community mods. I already removed that. Right, for testing purposes. All right, so client mods. We've already closed our console. Stick that in there. All right, so we want to look, well, we want to edit hostable, but I want, what had an alarm? The old OBS mic check had an alarm. So alarm was a bit fancier because we had multiple alarm states. The view did the alarm. Was it media? Audio status. Volume muted, volume medium. Is it audio? We've got an audio thing here. And like an audio tag. Well, it would have to be a file, which was alert. Header, if audio playing, notice rest. We had the ability to repeat. Maybe be easier to work with. Because this is only a one-time alarm. This is the same file? Oh, no, this was typewriter. If model.audio notice not equal to nothing, maybe POSIX. Audio notice nothing. Audio start, audio end. Audio notice active. Subscriptions. Maybe .meth time audio notice length, audio end. And that was maybe mapping to a sub. So it's that for that. Audio notice active. Is a time. Oh, so that's the Boolean. That is user, yeah, toggle audio notice. Whether to play that. Audio notice idle is how long to repeat. Idle notice command batch. Got chat message. We reset the idle notice because idle notice is what we're doing here. We're checking for idleness. Oh, no, we chat if it's been idle for at least blah, blah, blah. Greater than audio notice idle if new time minus last time. Time.now, task perform audio. Oh, so audio start just has a pause because we're doing timers things. And that might have been audio notice is just time. Do we use the time value? I'm not sure what you do. It was just a thing to stick in the maybe. Yeah. Maybe I kind of copied that from my other thing where I was doing the toggling effect. And then I'll need to get a new sound effect. We could prototype with one of these. So really just add a certain thing. So add this. It will only play the first time. Where do we reset that? Audio notice nothing. Subscriptions. If it's active, then for audio notice length, fire audio end, which is just a 3 seconds to allow for that. So for a one-off fire, that might not be too bad. So we'll copy this as a working thing. And then look for a better one later. This is, yeah, you're more complicated than I want. Right, so we need the model to exist. That is like number of minutes. Like you kind of have to add everything for it to become anything. I guess I should get a compiler going to check me as I run. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fake this for testing purposes. Because I don't have a realistic trigger anytime soon. This is going to be more for offline mode. We got all this stuff. Well, we've got some samples, so... Ah, okay, so we could maybe throw that off to trigger it. So we'll have that. We will have... we will need messages at some point. We should probably have a setting for it. But I can build up to that. This is sort of context information. Wait, I don't need... Wait, no, oh, that's just default. Is that a setting? Oh, it was a setting in this one. I mean, we could still use that, I guess. So model-wise, Did I get the wrong thing here? Nope, audio notice length. You don't need an idle. You just need an audio notice. Which gets initialized. Then we need start and stop signals to do anything with it. And to do that, and hi Kitch. Yeah, but it's like I made it a little bit better, but it's still like half the file is the main function. So that was one of those big gnarly projects I never got around to. And I don't know if I'd want to maintain a Galactic War rewrite at this point to try and make a better framework for that. Okay, so that's something else. I might want to do that for testing. Apparently I haven't saved this yet. Do we have a header? We have a header view, which is good place as any. Button. And did I have any like style for? Did I have audio? Input. Audio noise config. That's the CSS. So I don't think so. So that should be sufficient to be able to have it pop up. So then we need the start and stop signals. No, this is view. Which, up around, did I have any navigate stuff here? I don't think I had navigate stuff here. Current URL, navigate, got notification status. That did HTTP down there. I guess it's kind of up around this stuff. Oh, right, that was for the HTTP stuff. Audio start, audio end. And I'm putting this around here. Audio start, idle notice. So that's, well, we're about to trigger in a bit. Okay, so that's that. How is that an actual error? Oh. Me buy. And then in subscriptions, we don't have an active flag. I'll probably end up wanting one. But for now, I can just take you. Sort of leave some hook for it. Okay, so that compiles. So that's the machine to turn it off. So I think sample host off. If we initialize this, well, I have to do something to actually say that that is what triggers it. Idle notice. So I have to look at where I'm doing this. So there is a thing. Hosting user ID. Fetch hosting user. I'm not sure that's it. Channel status equals unknown. Append requests. So we don't currently have a setup there. Now this was time sensitive. This is not time sensitive. This is appending. Oh, this is a model update. So essentially this becomes the command. Okay, compiles, and then sample host. Let's see. And then if can I perchance load up? I don't know if it's going to be different local storage. I think it might be. No, I can do that from here. Reactor. Okay, yes, I had a smaller data set here. That did not seem to trigger anything. So we'd be looking at like the header. Export. So we did not include that. So add debug. Oh, yeah, it should have turned off, so that's might be reasonable. All right, now that we've done modifying the file, this is not great color. So there are no audio events here. Socket event, sample host off. Model.irc connection. This might have been from before I did reconnection support. Well, we... Where can we stick that? Chat response. String. This does not... Returns model command message, as does update. ID message line. The message is mostly context. So could I do... Except I forgot the name. Chat response. Actually, I should do... Chat response. Oh, but this is feeding, yeah, feeding model. Port socket.id. It's just a string. Okay, tuple.first. Context line model. But it has to be an actual chat line. So this is actually parsed. And this is where I was trying to get the socket event in. Was that not? Was I not? Socket event. socket event. Wait, oh, I was looking at connecting, but it's port socket.message. Oh, you won't let me go to that window because it's already open, you jerk. So this, in theory, should work. Oh, that's not going to be logged because it's a fake event, right? Because I'm faking it, so it's not going to appear here. Do I... Do we get to the appropriate place? That's for unknown. So we got that, and then we need to know if we got down in and really just if it gets here, it's gonna should do it. Man, I must have got too much stuff. Okay, so host off. Means we should have done the task perform. Well, no, because we got into the host off case. Oh, but the way I'm calling it here throws out the command. So, double dot first. So this will tell me if that's detecting the command. And then we can throw that in there to test the actual sound. Time dot, is it POSIX from? No, it's release to POSIX. Right, this is a task, so we have to go down and find this thing. And actually just insert that in here. Let's test that performance we need. Time dot here. Right, that has to be a task. So that was taking an actual task. I need the way to fake send a message. Oh no, wait, the way we do that is, and then just force that. And then we messed up some syntax. Oh, you need a tuple dot first throw out your commands. And we lost a parenthesis. No, millis to POSIX. Okay, so it can play the sound. And we're looking for a command that got our entire state and internals, which isn't all that enlightening. I guess I'll have to end up testing this. And we want to verify that we got audio end and that the resulting state has audio notice nothing. And click to resume doesn't work too well, but... Alright, so I'll have to test that offline, because it depends on when the host actually stops. Oh, and I wanted to look for a better sound effect. That was originally for a text chat response. I mean, that would kind of work, but... Actually, I forget. Did I... freesound.org. This is where I got the other ones. Yeah, that could be interesting. So I think I did do a login here. Yes. Okay, so there's some parts of that site that do not like high contrast. Man, I don't even know what to search for. It's like before I kind of had an idea. We want a ding, or we want an alarm. This is more like a done, maybe? Maybe. Cannon firing? I mean, I guess to get your attention. I mean, I guess that these kind of dings do work as like, I don't even know if done is the right thing. Sound must be described. UI completed. Hmm. Recording. No. Hmm. Drones.
The cookies are done.
Literally cookies. So I have this thing where I have my list of people I might want to host, and I would like to have a little alarm go off when that goes idle. Pouring out water. Throwing paper away. I mean, sort of that process is done. Maybe more like an end. Short drone. Ah. Yeah. That's sort of like a notice, an alarm. Might work. So we'd switch searches. Yeah, actually done was not doing great results. I wasn't actually, drone is not a term I would have expected. Also, what is... audio alarm. Okay, I mean, that works. Under the attribution license. Well, that's what this is. We might need to check. See if we need any like volume adjustments or anything. All right, so you should be done. Oop. I'm gonna need to bring it over here anyway. So public. No, view. Yep. Yeah, we're still going to want to test this. Audio tag. Does this perchance copy file path? Nothing in register. Yep. Because that's kind of an early name. Yeah, that looks at the UI. That's noticeable. Is there a volume adjustment on this? I could just modify the file, I guess. Controls loop muted preload source. HTML.com. Initial volume setting. I'm not sure this is going to be a defined attribute. Oh, nope. So I need to figure out. Yep. So property. Is it a property or an attribute? It's called an attribute. String attribute message. Oh, attribute. Attribute volume. Which doesn't seem to do diddly. And they used different sounds for the comparison. That was, yeah, not terribly useful. Turn down. No volume supported by browsers. Oh. You can set it in JavaScript. Yeah, so to use that, I would need to actually change the sound file itself. So we're going to, let's see, we've got a work directory, So we get our original. I guess we edit that. Effect? Would that be a negative amplify? Hmm. Export audio. Oh. Well, that's inconvenient. No, actually, it should be documents. I thought, oh, I'll just open it and save it off over there. So apparently the original had no metadata. Okay, so that sort of works. That didn't work. Hostable. It's a test of that. That only sort of worked. README. Now, what I'm probably not going to have time for, because I might want to make that an option. Let's see. Alert sound. So it's called. Too many windows. All right, fkprod is the user. Short drone. By. And you have a underscore in your username, which is part of the markup. All right, what do we got? Go. Oh, and we need to get rid of, well, sometimes that's weird. About the command line permissions. Modified README. Monitor needs to be switched back, which means we have to shut off compiler, because it has the file open. You should still be good. Oh, you may have a different length, though. I mean, it seemed to be pretty good. Not actually 2.5, so 3 seconds is actually still going to be good. Oh, and then we got some debug lines. This was in chat response. And got you. Actually, what I should do is notes. Is make a note to add a little toggle for that later. Probably wouldn't take too terribly long, but I am starting to get a little bit to lunchtime here, and I do have to make sure I can get out to something this afternoon. So that is it for programming for now. Let me get that off, and thanks for watching. Thanks for hosting. No, that one doesn't have there. I guess if I'm going to refresh, I might as well reload to get the new code. I'm normally on in the mornings doing code, and then some mornings and some afternoons. And then afternoons doing games. Looks like Makings of a Hero is back at it again, working on her RTS MOBA. So she's working on that and also talking through some of the development. So if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye, and until next time.